One of Sony's biggest gaming studios addressed the elephant in the room, especially when it came to their glaring absence from the recent PlayStation showcase. Find out why. Up next. What up guys, this is Kalo and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content, drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. So, many people, myself included, speculated heavily that Naughty Dog would have been somewhat of a big presence at the most recent PlayStation showcase. With a game like The Last of Us Factions having been in the oven for quite some time now, we all thought at the very least we would get a look at this game or further word as to when we could expect it to launch. But here we are post-showcase and we have not gotten word about this game up until very recently. And when it comes to this game, it wasn't the news we were all expecting, and this report is coming from Bloomberg and Jason Schreier. So it was reported that, quote, the quality and long-term viability of the game came into question recently. Sources went on to state, quote, a small group remains on the project while the company reevaluates the direction. Bloomberg did go on to say that as of right now, the game has not been canceled, but a big chunk of developers who were working on the game have been moved to other projects within the company. When the reports started coming out about The Last of Us, Naughty Dog released a statement on their Twitter page that read, quote, we know many of you have been looking forward to hearing more about The Last of Us multiplayer game. We're incredibly proud of the job the studio has done thus far, but as development has continued, we realized what is best for the game is to give it more time. Our team will continue to work on the project as well as other games in development, including a brand new single-player experience we look forward to sharing more soon. Now, outside of that initial announcement of this delay for Factions, it's pretty exciting to hear that there is yet another single-player game coming from Naughty Dog that could range from games like The Last of Us Part 3, or in my pipe dreams, how about we get another Jak and Daxter game? I'm not letting that die. Bloomberg's report also mentioned that Bungie, who were the minds behind games like Halo and Destiny, stepped in to evaluate the game at its current stage. And Bungie then went on to raise concerns that The Last of Us Factions would have a tough time keeping players engaged. And when it comes to live service games, the big number developers always really focus on are monthly active users. And all of this news coming out does back not only the numerous claims, but the showcase that Sony put out recently that they're moving forward in producing viable live service games that sole purpose is to be monetized way beyond the initial sale of the game through in-game purchases. Also, given the recent history of game releases, hearing that a developer knows the game isn't working well in some capacity, especially in player engagement, is rather refreshing. And ultimately, as of right now, The Last of Us is pretty huge for Sony given the recent success of the show, and I'm sure when it comes to this game, and especially this property, they really want to hit their mark here. But as per usual, I'm going to pass this question off to you guys. What do you think about this delay? And whenever The Last of Us Factions at least decides to come out, would you be interested in playing it? But that about does it here. I've been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content, drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.